We're taking you live back to the Bay Bridge here from our South Beach cameras where we're looking from. We can see traffic is flowing smoothly after demonstrators calling for a ceasefire in the war between Israel and Hamas shut down the western span of the bridge for more than 4 hours during the morning commute. All lanes again are back open now. Well, if you've driven across the bridge any day this week, you've noticed that a lane has been blocked off both east and westbound on the bridge with CHP vehicles stationed about every few yards. So how did this happen? Let's hear from Caltrans and the San Francisco Sheriff's Department. Joining us live now is Bart Ney with Caltrans and San Francisco Sheriff Paul Miyamoto. We appreciate your time. Thank you both for being here.
Happy to do it.
Sheriff, I'd love to start with you. We know approximately 80 people were arrested for this demonstration. We saw many of them carted away in what we believe were Sheriff's Department buses. Have all of those people been booked, and what exactly are they being charged with?
Yes, they have been booked and most have been cited and released at this time. We were transporting them off of the bridge to facilitate getting traffic back in flow, supporting the CHP. We ended up with 81 arrestees. One was transported down to our county jail at 425 7th Street. The remaining 80 were transported to an undisclosed booking location.
And we heard from CHP earlier today that they were working with the DA to figure out exactly what they're going to be charged with. Do you have any update on that?
Right now, we have been site releasing them on 2 charges, both misdemeanors, unlawful assembly, and also failure to disperse.
Okay, we were live on the Bay Bridge earlier this morning when CHP did declare it to be an unlawful assembly. Bart, I want to get to you now. Walk us through that effort to get those cars that were abandoned on the bridge off the bridge. We know dozens of demonstrators, they got out of their cars, some of them tossing their keys into the bay. How many vehicles did you end up towing away?
Well, it was more than just the 5 that you saw there originally in those aerial shots. It ended up being 29 different vehicles across the 2-mile stretch that is the eastern span of the Bay Bridge. And so they did effectively block westbound traffic heading into San Francisco for almost 4 hours today.
And at what time were you finally able to get that last car off the bridge? I know that was kind of the holdup for a while, where there was some traffic being let through. Then we saw traffic was essentially being turned around on the Bay Bridge going the opposite direction. How long did it take you to get all of those vehicles off the bridge?
Right. Well, obviously safety is our primary concern, and that's why this had to be done in a certain way that was both safe and respectful. And kudos to CHP and all of local law enforcement who did an excellent job at a very difficult task of removing what could be up to 200 protesters. I didn't hear a final number on that. But basically what we had to do was go through the entire 2-mile stretch, figure out which vehicles needed to be moved, get everybody else off. And it took it was over 3.5 hours, just a little under 4 hours. The Bay Bridge opened back westbound about 10 minutes before noon today.
Okay, and we're hoping all is clear for the evening commute. Sheriff, the big question here is, was law enforcement caught off guard by this demonstration? We know that there have been a huge presence of law enforcement because of APEC in town, some additional 1,000 CHP officers, and I know a number of your deputies as well. Were you all just caught off guard by this?
It wasn't that we were caught off guard. We just anticipated ahead of time that there would be large-scale disruptions at some point in our city and county, and we were ready to respond when it did happen. CHP did a great job in responding immediately when protesters first acted, and our follow-up with the resources that we provided to get people off of the bridge safely and securely was definitely something that was planned and coordinated. I also want to shout out San Mateo County Sheriff, who were able to provide an additional bus for us at that time, and CHP and ourselves and the coordination with SFPD and movement of the arrestees to the other location and the work we did there were all part of the overall planning of the city to be prepared for just such an incident.
Sure, we know that there were certainly several law enforcement agencies from across the Bay Area that were responding to this large-scale incident as it unfolded there on the Bay Bridge. Bart, we know that CHP had that one lane blocked off east and westbound on the Bay Bridge for several days. Is there any reason that that lane was not used to let traffic through once the protesters were removed instead of kind of turning traffic back around on the bridge?
Yes, safety. And so it should be said that we have been planning for the APEC conference for over a month with different agencies. And it's been made very clear to us by the San Francisco mayor and our own governor that we would be on the world stage while APEC was happening. And so despite our best efforts, this protest did succeed at closing the Bay Bridge. But that sort of comes with a democracy. We have to leave the Bay Bridge open. It's one of the busiest routes in the United States of America, at over 280,000 vehicles going across it every day. But the lanes that we had taken on the bridge serve their purpose, right? That is how we got the needed equipment where it had to be, like our tow trucks, which came from the western side and backed in to get those things out. The CHP being able to access the other law enforcement agencies, like the sheriff's department. That's how we moved folks during this closure. And I'd almost go back to the design of the new Eastern Span. That is the widest suspension bridge in the world. And so we have 10-foot shoulders on either side, and they really came in handy today.
Yeah, especially getting those tow trucks there in time. Certainly so. Sheriff, final question to you. Do you have any intelligence to suggest that there might be another demonstration this evening? I know a lot of folks are wondering about that as we start to think about the evening commute.
I will say that dealing with this particular incident didn't affect us in any way, shape, or form in regards to the resources we have for any other planned or unplanned events that may happen, that may be attempts to disrupt not just APEC, but the rest of the infrastructure. We have another commute coming up, as Bart well knows, and we're prepared to deal with anything, both in the city or on the roadways, to address the problems as quickly as possible.